Hi there, this is Solitary Ronin from Solitary Ronin Films, and welcome to another random review. Today's random review in a tribute to the wonderful Alan Arkin, who left us quite recently. It's Simon from 1980, written and directed by Marshall Brickman, who co-wrote some Woody Allen films, including Annie Hall. So this is a funny film. This is a film that you could probably watch in a double bill with Woody Allen's Sleeper from 1973. It stars obviously Alan Arkin, hence the tribute to Alan Arkin. It also stars Madeline Kahn, William Finlay, who worked with De Palma, especially in Phantom of the Paradise, Wallace Shawn, Max Knight, Austin Pendleton, Fred Gwynne, good old Fred Gwynne. And it tells the simple story of a group of big brain scientists who work in this research institute out in the country, which looks very Cronenbergian. I'm not sure where it was. I'm guessing it was shot outside New York, but it looks very Toronto-ish. That grey, lifeless kind of building that Cronenberg did all of his early films in. And they mess about with big ideas, and it starts off as a kind of documentary about how the recent events happened, and we get the tour of the laboratory or the research facility, and we see what each of the scientists specialists subjects are, and then the narrator tells us that all this trouble that recently happened was caused by a small article in a paper which said that 60% of people in America at the time believed that there's aliens among us, or aliens exist, and a group of scientists decide, well, let's give the people what they want, and let's give them the idea that there has been an alien living amongst them. But they need to ask Doris the computer, who's voiced by Louise Lasser, who just looks like a big telephone in a big room, to find somebody, and they find this professor played by Alan Arkin, who is a bit pompous and more enthusiastic than his very small class, and he's about discovering the boundaries, and he has a handmade, or he bought it off of somebody that was handmade, an immersion tank, so very much the one we see in Altered States, the Ken Russell film with William Hurt. And he's going to, test the boundaries. And they see him as a target to make into an alien. But obviously, first of all, they have to bring him to their facility and test him out. And then the plan is to put him in a proper kind of isolation tank for far too long than is prescribed as being safe, and then give him false memories of being born on this planet but not of his mother, so he's adopted, so he doesn't know his own mother, and they introduce him to his own space mother, and when he comes out he is literally at year zero. So there's a wonderfully funny scene where Alan Arkin essentially acts out the whole of the evolution process from single-celled organism to being cultured, which is quite wonderful. But then, as with most Frankenstein experiments, it goes a little bit awry when Alan Arkin fully believes that he is an alien, and he starts with a list of demands which are hysterical to try and improve human beings' lives by getting rid of all the stuff that's annoying. So he demands to make a television appearance, and he lists all these things, and of course it catches on, and his presumed girlfriend from the college who works in the music department, who we're introduced to earlier, Lisa, who, as one of the scientists at one point said, if I'm alright to call you Lisa, comes to rescue him, and then he goes on the lam with her, and ends up in a commune of people who worship the TV guide. So instead of this person begat this person that begat this person, it's this was a spin-off of this, which was a spin-off of this, which is a spin-off of this. And eventually they get cancelled because we all get cancelled in the end. And he tries to teach all these people, all the disciples, about how to live their lives better. But again, that goes awry as well, as he asks one of the children what's the greatest thing in the world, and she replies disco, and the look in Alan Arkin's face says it all. Meanwhile, the army are out to get him and kill him because the lead scientist has already created this narrative that he escaped by releasing a gas that makes everybody stupider. So the army, led by Fred Gwynne, has orders to shoot to kill. So as you can see, it's quite similar to Sleeper. And it's just as funny. Also, Alan Arkin is on top Alan Arkin form. He gets most of the funny lines. Again, the scientists are played wonderfully by Wallace Shawn and Austin Pendleton and William Finley. But again, the overarching themes of, let's blame science for it, and science's kind of uncaring view of test subjects, and this idea that the kind of think tank out in the middle of nowhere is just messing about with this stuff and seeing, oh yeah, let's give people an alien just to see how they'll react. Will there be panic? Will there be mass suicide? Will there be an increase in religion, or will they abandon religion? So to them it is just an experiment. But again, without thinking of the human cost. And of course science has never done that in the past. And obviously the army is just quite happy to shoot him and get rid of him. It's just a wonderful knockabout comedy, and in this day and age we could all do with a good laugh, and Simon gives you a good laugh. As you can see on the back there, that's Doris the computer, which has one of the best sex scenes in cinema history in the film as well, with Doris the computer. It's just a lovely little film. It's about an hour and a half or so, 97 minutes I think. It just flies by. Alan Arkin, who again at the start of the film is a bit kind of self-obsessed and pompous, and as an alien he's a bit self-obsessed and pompous, but again he just does it in such a likeable way that you're with him. the whole way. Not everybody could actually make him as likeable as he is, but that's just the genius of Alan Arkin. And again, it's got great support. I mean, Madeline Kahn isn't in it for a lot. She's the person who's brought in to get his 3 bodily fluids that the scientists can fake as an alien, and you can guess what they are. And again, that's very funny as well, and one of the scientists are very proud of their part in getting the 3 body fluids. This is a Warner Archive DVD, even though I've got a feeling this is probably a DVD-R, which I got off of eBay. So who knows, perhaps with Alan Arkin's passing, they might release it on Blu-ray, as they occasionally do with Warner Archive titles. But I mean, it's not for everybody, it's not everybody's cup of tea. It is a certain brand of comedy. But I think to honour Alan Arkin, they should really release it in Blu-ray, because it is a lot of fun. So that's a little bit of fun from 1980. Please let me know if you've seen Simon and what you think of it. I should actually thank the commenter, and I apologise for not remembering which commenter it was that commented on my tribute to Alan Arkin video, that Simon is a good film to check out, and I agree, yes, it is a good film to check out. So thanks very much for watching this random review. This is Soldier Owen from Soldier Owen Film saying farewell.